Order a Big Mac in Tokyo, Toronto, or Texas, and it tastes exactly the same, handed to you in under 3 minutes. That consistency relies on operations strategies. In business, this is the specific toolkit a company uses to manage the physical production of goods, aiming to achieve cost leadership and meet strict customer quality expectations. This diagram maps the 9 different operation strategies found on the business studies syllabus. We can organize all of them by grouping them into 3 distinct categories: the product, the process, and the big picture. These strategies dictate exactly how materials move, how staff are trained, and whether a business ultimately turns a profit. Let's start with the product. McDonald's builds its menu around 2 performance objectives: speed and quality. Because of this, their new product design focuses heavily on refining core items like burgers and chicken, rather than constantly inventing entirely new meals. This timeline isolates intervention points. Quality control uses redactic checks, like testing raw beef temperatures. Quality assurance proactively uses HACCP to design safety protocols, preventing hazards. Finally, quality improvement forms a continuous cycle where test kitchens analyze processes to cook beef faster and juicier. Hitting these exact speed and quality metrics every time requires rigid task design. Every step of making a burger is broken down into specific, timed actions. To execute that design, management has to invest heavily in training and development. They operate a dedicated facility called Hamburger University just to teach these exact operational standards to managers worldwide. Achieving these product objectives is impossible without a highly trained workforce capable of executing strict, standardized tasks without hesitation. Moving to the process category, we look at the physical flow of materials. McDonald's optimizes its supply chain logistics by sourcing ingredients locally wherever possible, which cuts down on transport distances and reduces carbon emissions. This flowchart tracks raw materials from a local node into the store. Just-in-time inventory management uses leading-edge predictive AI to anticipate customer demand. This AI works alongside established point-of-sale technology, allowing kitchens to make food to order and sharply reduce waste. Building that technology internally takes resources away from making food. To solve this, McDonald's utilizes outsourcing, selling off its internal tech divisions to third parties who specialize in digital systems. For instance, they sold their voice recognition development division to IBM, relying on an external expert to manage the tech while they focus on burgers. By optimizing inventory, integrating the right technology, and outsourcing non-core tasks, the business achieves cost leadership by minimizing wasted time and materials. Finally, we have the big picture. When producing millions of meals daily, McDonald's benefits from economies of scale, significantly lowering the cost to produce each individual unit. Operating on a global scale carries direct geopolitical risk. Following the invasion of Ukraine, McDonald's sold off its Russian operations at a massive loss, leading to the rapid rebranding of over 800 stores. Even without global shocks, pushing new tech or operational processes across thousands of stores inevitably causes internal resistance to change. Management has to overcome workforce inertia. Upgrades bring high costs for equipment, require paying redundancies to displaced workers, and demand extensive retraining for staff. Let's test your understanding. If a fast food chain installs robotic arms to hand out drive-through orders, which specific operation strategy is that, and what human resources issue will it immediately create? Pushing ambitious macro strategies will break down if management ignores the human friction and the HR costs required to implement them. The answer is leading-edge technology, which directly triggers the need for staff redundancy and retraining. We've seen how just-in-time inventory, localized supply chains, and outsourced technology combine to drive down costs and achieve cost leadership. We've also seen how quality assurance frameworks and continuous innovation loops ensure the product meets strict quality expectations every single time. This graphic maps all 9 operation strategies around those core business goals to give us a complete picture. But the real value is seeing the interdependence. New technology forces retraining. Strict performance objectives require rigid task design. Top marks in business studies don't come from memorizing a list of operation strategies. They come from proving how applying those strategies forces human resources and the rest of the business to adapt.